Hi, George.
Hi, George. We are Bob and Barbara Zittel, and I hope you remember us because we spent a lot of time together in North Chatham. It's a place that when you land there, it sort of grabs you by the heart and holds on to you. And I think that's what happened to you and your beautiful Jan, and certainly happened to us when we were there.
When we got there, it was June or July, and that Christmas we discovered that you had an annual event at your house, a Christmas celebration. But we were not invited that first year. We were just too new.
Sure.
Next year, though, we were invited, and what a wonderful event that was. You and Jan provided all kinds of beautiful food. You had the house decorated, and towards the end, you played all kinds of Christmas carols and songs on the piano, and we all sang with you. It was a wonderful event.
It was a great event, and we felt honored to be there, just the same as we do today. You guys were part of the church, of course, and that was interesting because you weren't members. In fact, I like to say you were the best members we never had. But you offered some financial advice together with Kelts that was just invaluable, and I'll always remember that, and I'll always be very thankful for that help that you provided.
And we love the fact that you looked to and did an enormous amount of work regarding the history of the hamlet. You made certain that that history was not forgotten, that people knew about it. You spread that news, and we were very appreciative of the work that you did there.
You do something that I think only the best human beings do, and that is you move through life and you make the place where you are better. And so we just want to say thank you so much for all that you contribute.
And on this next journey of your life, we wish you all of God's peace and grace, and thank you for all that you have done to provide love throughout the community of North Chatham and beyond.
Amen.
Hi, George. How are you? I'm in Sacramento, California, visiting Ned and Sarah. I've been here for a couple of days, and I just wanted to send a message to you before you go to your next destination and become the mayor there. I think we first met in 1997, even before Sally and I moved to North Chatham. We met on the train a number of times, and then finally, when you asked me where we are moving to, I said North Chatham. And he said, that's great, because that's where I live. In any case, it was great spending time as your neighbor and admiring the way how you took over contributing to the community. I will remember your walking to the post office at 9:30 every morning, well, on the weekends mostly because we were in New York, but sharply at 9:30. I think you and Jan contributed a lot to the community and were loved by all. I will be seeing you soon as I'm coming to North Chatham, probably in mid-June. And I will definitely try to look you up. Okay, George, till I talk to you again. Bye.
George, what can I say? Next door neighbors for 29 years. It's been the greatest blessing. I've had so many blessings in my life, and one of the big ones, I'm getting choked up, has been having you and Jan as my next door neighbors. So many memories through the years. I don't know why, it's just silly memory, but when Steve and I first bought the house, and I guess the Friedmans had planted a mock orange by the side of the road, and I was out there, Steve was like mowing the lawn, and I was trying to dig it up. And I just remember you looking out your window like, wow, look at that crazy lady over there digging up a shrub. But anyway, you know, the many kindnesses that you and Jan showed me through the years, there have been so many. Just a few that I'll mention. I remember one night, it was in the winter, it was like a Sunday, probably because you were there, you didn't used to be there on Sunday nights, but I was in the kitchen and I had like a mouse infestation and the mice were running around and I was completely traumatized. So I called up you and Jan, and the next thing I know, David Cavanero was coming over with his carpentry kit, mouse-proofing my house. You had sent him over. I was so moved by that and also very grateful. I remember when you volunteered to help me with my financial picture, and we spent weeks at my kitchen table while you very carefully went through everything, educated me. It was a tremendous help. And just a sweet, fun memory. When you and Jan used to go back to the city on Sundays, I guess Jan would always have a bouquet in the house and would always drop it off at the back door so I could have fresh flowers for the week. One really fun memory is when I first started dating Paco and I invited you and Jan over for dinner, and we were all in the kitchen getting ready to leave, and you said to him, hey, you know, I understand that Frank Serpico lives in Columbia County. And the look, I can still remember the look on his face of sheer, utter delight. It would take too long to explain what that meant to him, the whole context of that, but what a good laugh you and I had over that, and it brought him a lot of joy. You know, here's something that you don't know, but you know, I have been in the house a long time by myself and spend most evenings in the kitchen, you know, which is on the north side of the house facing your house, and it's always been such a source of comfort to me, you don't know, to have looked over and seen your lights on in the kitchen or up in the crow's nest, just knowing that you were there. I guess that's where I'm going to wrap it up, just to say that, you know, you've been the greatest next door neighbor that I ever could have hoped for, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Hi, George. It's your old friend, Lynn Huntley Mitchison. Everyone always calls you George with the utmost of respect. One day, your dear wife, Jan, came to my knock on your door, and I asked if you were home. Is George home? Well, she lovingly called up the stairs to your office, Georgie. Ever since then, I've thought of you with the loving sound of Jan's voice calling in my ear as Georgie. So, dear Georgie, I hope you realize all that you and Jan have given to this little hamlet. Surely I speak for everyone in thanking you for everything, particularly all those issues of On the Street. Each issue you produced was looked forward to and enjoyed immeasurably by everyone, far and wide. All that you and Jan have done for the fire company, the library, the church, the historical society is such a collection of gifts to everyone. The restored trolley station is amazing. I really want to thank you for your help and encouragement in writing my book about the North Chatham School. The wonderful celebration you put together for the school's anniversary was such fun and yet another gift to the community. Starting off with a pledge to the American flag, as the students always started their day in school, was so patriotic and a reminder of how we were taught in school to love our wonderful country. Having the picture of George Washington that always hung in the school was a reminder of the pride that great man's service to this country engendered in our young hearts. Then there was the way you laid out the celebration like a school day, with lessons like math and history, which gave the gathering a special nudge to get in the memories of all those who attended. Next, there was the school bag lunch with a PB&J, cookie and apple, and a carton of milk, which made for extra fun for everyone. The marvelous display of all things school gave the day a whole other dimension. It was a most wonderful event, still being talked about today. Just last week, someone was marveling how wonderful it was and said they had photos taken that day that I am to pick up. So, dear Georgie, thank you for each and every gift that you have given North Chatham. You have made a huge difference in this little hamlet. Oh my, I would surely be remiss not to mention the eloquence with which you always speak. The many folks you have so beautifully memorialized. Your words during the Second Battle of Bunker Hill and other important times when you have spoken. And then there is your wonderful piano playing, which so delighted us all. Oh my, I could go on and on, but they only gave me 5 minutes. In just a few more simple words, from the bottom of our hearts, we all thank you.